Wow. Yep. Valve is going to update Man vs. Machine for the first time in over a decade. Well, I should say meaningfully update Man vs. Machine the first time in over a decade. And they've done patches and a couple of little fixes here and there, but like actual new content for Man vs. Machine. Honestly, insane. This is basically unheard of. It has been unheard of. I mean, we've not received any since 2013. Absolutely wild. So seeing this at face value is really exciting because Man vs. Machine is really fun. It's fun with friends. You get together. It's more laid back. It's a very engaging PvE game mode it's really fucking good. As a PvE game mode, it is really good, mainly because TF2 as a base game is a good game that plays off all of the existing mechanics, but it works. It's fun. It's great. So finally getting new content for that is very, very exciting. I can't wait to see what they add. I really, really hope that it's good. I pray to God that it's good, because this is Valve picking new maps from the community. This isn't Valve making the maps. This is Valve asking us, the players, to make Man vs. Machine maps for them. And 99.999% of me did not see this coming, but the other 0.001% did. They're saying the timing of this is it's going to be released for Scream Fortress, and that was the initial indication for me that, like, oh, I know why they're doing this, because last year, Valve, for whatever reason, decided to have 167 maps in the active rotation. And when you have 167 maps in the game's map rotation, with a player base the size of TF2's, a small player base, guess what's going to happen? The matchmaking system is going to break. Adding 20 to 30 maps a year is not sustainable, and for the first time since they started doing that, the game genuinely suffered for it. Like, it was already suffering, half-empty servers, too few players getting stretched too thin across too many maps. It's a chore to find a game on anything other than, like, the 5 or 10 most popular maps, and God forbid you God forbid you queue for any single map, because you're waiting indefinitely unless it's on Dust Bowl or Badwater. But the game finally broke, and now Valve realized, uh-oh, we can't add another 10 maps for Scream Fortress and then just keep expanding the rotation. Again, that's not sustainable. You can't keep throwing that many maps in the game without worsening the problem that is the bloat within the matchmaking system. The game cannot handle that many maps. So, it seems like their solution for this problem is to instead have seasonal content being placed into Man vs. Machine. Seems like that is going to be their replacement for the Scream Fortress maps this year, is Man vs. Machine maps. And while it's cool, that's exciting, new content for MVM is very neat, I hope to God they pick good maps, given that their quality control for maps has been very much inconsistent and very all over the place for basically the past decade. Really hope they pick good stuff. I'm not holding my breath. Listen, you can be excited for this. I'm excited. It gives me a little bit of hope that, okay, if they're going to be suddenly funneling a bunch of players into this matchmaking system for Man vs. Machine, maybe, just maybe, they might actually address the matchmaking system for casual mode and give it some kind of improvements, maybe make it behave more like it did with quick play. That would be great. A part of me really hopes they do that, but this is also Valve, right? The way they've been treating the game for the past decade, roughly the past decade, has just been copying and pasting content other people have made and then throwing it into the game kind of willy-nilly, oftentimes with what seems like little to no testing, where a map is just broken or barely functions, or a piece of content is broken with missing textures or just doesn't show up, or they genuinely screw it up and it's using something completely incorrect, like on a Warpaint, that kind of thing. Given that track record, I'm not holding my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'm not going to get excited for this, because this is still Valve we're talking about. This is still their MO of copying and pasting content into the game. And again, I believe they're doing this because this is their response to having too many maps in casual mode's rotation. So now, okay, people are expecting new maps, new ways to play. Oh, let's start putting that in Man vs. Machine now. I believe that's why they're doing this. So It's not, and again, I don't know. Maybe they'll also throw in 6 more maps for Scream Fortress for casual mode with new contracts and this content for Man vs. Machine. But given, again, that this is going to be for Halloween, nagging suspicion that this is going to replace new Halloween maps, maybe for the foreseeable future. Entirely speculation, again, I don't honestly know. We won't know until it happens. But I suspect that that's what's going to happen. And again, because it's not sustainable to throw 30 maps into the game a year. So now it's going to be putting new content into Man vs. Machine. This also carries some interesting implications. Are they going to add new item drops? Are they going to just reuse the same Australiums and the kill streak kits and, God forbid, just reuse the bot killers? I hope not. The bot killers suck. I know some of y'all like them, whatever. Some of y'all happen to like bot killers. I think they fucking blow. You know, I fear that the player base is going to do what it always does, and they're going to overhype this to shit, where it's like, oh, whoa, we're going to get new Australiums, we're going to get new item drops, like, wow, Valve's going to do all this stuff, when for me, all this is guaranteeing is a copy and paste job of other people, of people within the community's work, their maps, and then throwing it into the game. That's what I suspect is going to happen. Anything beyond that's going to be a nice bonus, but I'm not expecting it. I mean, new types of item drops would be cool. I would like to see something like new Australiums, like a shotgun or a pistol, and maybe the revolver for Spy instead of the ambassador for some reason. Things like that would be neat. And again, we don't even know if this is going to be pay to play. Like, we don't know if this is going to be Tour of Duty or if it's just going to be boot camp, or is it going to be both? We don't know. But if they do go down the path of like, oh yeah, you can play these things with Tour of Duty tickets, are they going to recycle the Australiums? If they do, great. That means prices are going to go down because there's going to be more Aussie drops. Therefore, I can more readily afford a cool gold gun. That'd be nice. But again, we just don't know. Time will tell. Again, I'd like new item drops. Maybe they'll go a step further than Australiums. Maybe they'll even include Stranges, not as MVM drops, but like if this sets the precedent for new unique items coming from Valve, maybe they'll give us Stranges of items we don't have strange versions for, like the Dragon's Fury or the Tide Turner, for example. That'd be great. Please, Valve, if you like, that'd be cool. If you're not just gonna do the usual copy and paste job, that would be awesome. Please give me a strange Dragon's Fury. I will sell my left testicle for one. I love the gun. You made the gun. Can we have a strange version, please? But, and then also, like, difficulty levels for Man vs. Machine. Is it just, are they gonna actually play these missions, and then are they going to give them an appropriate difficulty rating, and then are they going to ascribe the same rewards onto these difficulty ratings? Like, are there going to be bot killers for cheaper, easier waves, or then there's going to be kill streak kits and Aussies for the more difficult ones? We don't know. I suspect that they're not going to bother at all, and I think they're just going to put, like, community, like, on the menu of Man vs. Machine, where you have, like, the rating of advanced, expert, what have you. I think that's just going to say community. I really can't see Valve playing through all of the missions with people in the office and going, yeah, that was hard, or no, it was pretty easy. I can't see them doing that because they barely play test whatever they put in the game as is. So time will tell. This is cope. This is massive cope where I feel like this could be a turning of the tide. Like, this is, again, very, very unexpected. Like, an MVM in 2025? What? But I suspect that they saw how much work the community already did for Man vs. Machine, like Potato.tf and what have you. There's already a ton of maps out there, and giving us only 2 months to submit the maps is not enough time if you're making one from scratch. I suspect that they know there's already a well of content out there, a well of MVM maps out there, and they're like, okay, this is your heads up. Polish that up for official acceptance and then make sure it's ready, because they likely already know all of these other maps and things, or at least they know they exist, and they can just pull from that pool of content. And I'm sure some people are going to crank out completely new maps in a 2-month time frame. If they do, that's insane. But time will tell. I don't know. And then I guess these new maps are going to be lumped in to the monetization like they've been doing it. Like, map makers get a cut of key sales. So I guess whatever Scream Fortress case they put in, that they're going to get a cut of the revenue from the Scream Fortress keys. Also, by the way, should say, if you read the blog post, the maps aren't going to explicitly be Halloween themed. I feel like I should have said that earlier in this, but they're not going to be Halloween themed. They don't have to be. They could be, as is said in the blog post, but it's not going to be a Halloween MVM update. It is just going to be an MVM update of some kind. But again, it's just going to be maps that other people made that Valve is going to copy and paste into the game. This is not coming solely from Valve. If anything, it's solely coming from us, the players, as it has been since 2009. So, time will tell. We will see what the specifics are going to be. But I am not going to hold my breath. I am going to curb my expectations heavily, because if the past 9 years, almost a decade, have been of any indication, it's just going to be more rushed copy and paste jobs of other people's content into the game for a paycheck to keep us happy with some keys and not much else. Again, really hope, and it's cope, that they're going to do more than that, either with improvements to casual mode, the matchmaker, by, you know, putting things back in that quick play had, that'd be great, or new types of item drops, I don't know. We will see. Exciting times. It's something that's more than just the usual, and again, MVM is a really cool PvE game mode. We'll see where this goes. So those are my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm not going to edit this at all. I'm just rushing this out after I just finished streaming. So I basically said everything right now on the stream, just not as condensed. So this is for you, people who weren't there. So yeah. Also, if you want to know when I go live with streaming, join my Discord, linked in the description below. You can't talk in there, but you get notifications for when I upload or when I go live. That's it. Bye.